ายจะรุ่งเรืองจากการศึกษาของชาติเพื่อชาวเชียงรายสังคมชุมชนร่วมมือช่วยกันสรรสร้างเยาวชนหญิงชายพัฒนาจิตใจร่างกายสติปัญญาความรู้คุณธรรมทุกคนล้วนภาคภูมิใจได้มาเป็นศิษย์มันจำเรียนวิชาก้าวหน้าช่วยกันสร้างสรรค์สังคมสมเป็นคนไทยขาวแดงดูงาม
Hello students, our subject for today is mathematics. My name is Tristan Abellanosa. I am your teacher for today and I will be your teacher in science and math program. Our topic for today is about Introduction to Fraction. Let's get started. What is a fraction? When an object is divided into a number of equal parts, then each part is called a fraction. A fraction represents a part of a whole, or more generally, any number of equal parts. For example, we have here 3 watermelon. This watermelon is called one whole. When we say one whole, all of the watermelon. Next is it is divided into 2 equal parts. So each part is called 1/2. This part is called 1/2. Next is divided into 4 equal parts. So each part is 1/4. This part of the watermelon is 1/4. How do we read this fraction? We can read as 2/3 or 2/3. Again, 2/3 or 2/3. Next is we can read as 5/6 or 5/6. Again, 5/6 or 5/6. What are the parts of the fraction? Numerator. Numerator. Again, numerator. The top half of the fraction. The number of parts you have. Next is denominator. Denominator. The bottom half of the fraction. The number of parts in a whole. And lastly, the line that separates the numerator and the denominator is called fraction bar. Fraction bar. Let's study denominator. What is denominator? The denominator says how many equal parts in the whole object. For example, we have here circle, and this circle is divided into 2 equal parts. So meaning we can write 2 as the denominator. How many equal parts are there in this shape? We have here a rectangle, and this rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 4. The denominator of this fraction is 4. Let's find the denominator of this fraction. This circle is divided into 4 equal parts. What is the denominator of this fraction? 4. Next is triangular prism. Triangular prism is divided into 3 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 3. Next is square. Square is divided into 2 equal parts. What is the denominator of this fraction? 2. Next is rectangle. Rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. So what is the denominator of this fraction? 8. Draw what you think this fraction look like. We have here 1/6. How can you draw 1/6? I draw a circle and I divided this circle into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now I will shade the one part of the circle. We can say now it is 1/6. Now 1/3. How can you draw 1/3? I draw a triangular prism and I divide it into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. And I shade one part of the triangular prism. So now we can say it is 1/3. Now 1/4. 1/4. How can you draw 1/4? I draw a circle and I divide it into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will shade one part of the circle. We can say it is 1/4. Next is 1/10. 1/10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This circle is divided into 10 equal parts. And now I will shade one part of this circle. So now I can say this is a 1/10. 1/10. So the number on the bottom of a fraction tell us denominator. Again, denominator. Let's study numerator. What is numerator? The numerator says how many parts in the fraction. I have here a square, and this square is divided into two equal parts. I colored the one part of this square, and now it is called 1/2. Again, 1/2. One part of this fraction is 1/2. How many equal parts are colored in this shape? I have here a rectangle, and this rectangle is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this rectangle. Now, what is the numerator of this fraction? 3. So we can say 3/4. 3/4. Let's find the numerator for this fraction. I have here a square. This square is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this square. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 3. Or we can say 3/4. Next is rectangle. This rectangle is divided into 3 equal parts. I colored 2 parts of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 2. Or we can say 2/3. Next is rectangle. The rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. I colored 1 part of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 1. Or we can say 1/8. Next is rectangle. The rectangle is divided into 8 equal parts. I colored 5 parts of this rectangle. So what is the numerator for this fraction? 5. Or we can say 5/8. Draw what you think this fraction look like. 2/6 or 2/6. This square is divided into 6 equal parts. I colored 2 parts of this square. Next is 1/3 or 1/3. This circle is divided into 3 equal parts. And I colored 1 part of this circle. Next is 3/4 or 3/4. This triangle is divided into 4 equal parts. I colored 3 parts of this triangle. Next is 9/10 or 9/10. This pentagon is divided into 10 equal parts. I colored 9 parts of this pentagon. So the number on the top of a fraction tell us numerator. Again, numerator. Okay, now, what do you call this number? It is numerator. Again, numerator. The numerator tell us how many parts in the fraction. How about this? What do you call this number? Denominator. Denominator. The denominator tells us how many equal parts in the whole object. Let's find the fraction of these shapes. 4/6 or 4/6. Second, 1/4 or 1/4. Next is 2/3 or 2/3. Next is 6/9 or 6/9. What are the types of fractions? There are three types of fractions. One is proper fractions. A proper fraction is a fraction whose value is less than 1. The numerator is smaller than denominator. Look at the example, 3/5 or 3/5. 3 is smaller than 5, so this 3/5 is a proper fraction. For example, 2/3, 3/6, 5/7, 16/40. Second kind of fraction is improper fraction. Improper fraction is a fraction whose value is greater than or equal to 1. The numerator is greater than or equal to denominator. Look at this, 9/5 or 9/5. 9 is bigger than 5. So meaning 9/5 is improper fraction. Another example, 16/8, 101/52, 5/3, 8/4, 12/2, 20/11, and 2/1. Another kind of fraction is a mixed number. Mixed number is a number whose value is greater than 1, made up of a whole part and a fraction, like this. 2 is a whole number and 1/7 is a fraction. We can say this as 2 and 1/7. Another example, 3 and 1/2. Next is 2 and 3/5. Next is 5 and 3/5. And last is 4 and 1/5. So that is a mixed number. That is the end of our lesson. Let's do your worksheet. Write your answer on your notebook. Read and answer the following questions. Circle the 7 shapes that have been split into equal parts. Look at the shapes and identify the numerator and the denominator. Next is what fraction of each shape is shaded. Write the missing numerator or denominator for each. Last, check the correct box that tells a correct type of fractions. Thank you for listening. See you again.